This is a follow-up story on the small town newspaper, the Demokkkrat-Reporter, where you had Goodlow Sutton saying that he wanted the KKK to return to do night rides, to go to Washington City, Washington, D.C., to purge the place and to drain the swamp, and his praise and calling for the Klan to return. Now, remember when his little small town paper that only had a few thousand subscribers in Alabama got nationwide attention? Because of that blowback, he stepped down as editor, basically for the optics, and then he promoted an Afromurican female, 46 years old, to become the new editor. Now, this female had no editorial experience. She had been working there, I believe, only for a couple of years. She was an office clerk, but she had no journalism experience whatsoever. She had no editorial experience. Now, she was saying her desire in taking on that new role as editor was to try to get the paper to reflect the way that the town looked. The town of Linden, Alabama, is about 59% pale skin and about 41% ADOS. However, now she has resigned, and she was just stating that there was too many issues. There's too much interference from Mr. Sutton on interfering in trying to influence her decisions, and that she just didn't feel comfortable in the environment, and her desire to change the paper around, change the culture of the little small company wasn't really working. Now, of course it wasn't. And if I had known in the beginning that she really didn't have too much experience, I knew she had only been working there recently, but I didn't know exactly what her background was. This was a classic, I'm going to get a brown skinned person and use them as a prop and as a cover, as a beard, so to speak, to show everyone, see, I'm not racist. I hired a female Afro editor to take my place. All she was the blackface for his little KKK paper so he could fade the criticism. All right. She was editor in name only. Behind the scenes, he was still trying to call the shots, tell her what to do, and continue to have the paper go the way it was going. And then she could just be the front piece for the paper where he could say, see, we're not racist. Look at who our editor is. So particularly for Afro-American women, ADOS females, and Afro females in general, you're the ones who are more likely selected to be chosen for these positions. So quit allowing yourself to be used to be as shields for whiteism, excuse me, and racism. Don't let them use you. Don't let them take advantage of you. Because in the quote unquote affirmative action system, we know the benefit that they get of having, number one, a female, and number two, a quote unquote person of color. Now, she had stated that his behavior recently over the past couple of years became more erratic and illogical and more extreme than in the past. And she couldn't quite put her finger on it. Well, obviously, because she doesn't have a journalism background, neither do I, but this is common sense, and she's 46, so she should know better. I can tell you why it's changed. It's called 45. 45 is in office, and people like this feel more emboldened to speak their mind, tell the truth, and tell it like it is. Now, as I've stated before in a number of these podcasts, I don't have a problem with that. In fact, I enjoy it. I welcome it. I don't like political correctness either. Short of violence, I want my racism out in the open. I don't like when these people try to hide it. You know, oh, I'm not racist. And they try to smile and play nice because they don't want the controversy. They don't want anyone looking at them and pointing the finger or calling them out, but don't hide it. Be like your boss. Be like your president. Tell her like it is. Keep it real. Speak your mind and just let it out. Then we will all know for sure who is who, instead of going around having to guess and wonder and do the investigative reporting for ourselves. You will simply reveal to us the truth and your true nature. Now, a number of years ago, when players in the NFL were kneeling and protesting the national anthem and police brutality, and this did not get national attention at the time, this editor had also written in a paper about let those, and I quote, football boys kneel. That isn't what they were used to anyway, kneeling down in front of the quote unquote so-called white man. Now, these are his words. And it's very reminiscent of that individual you had with the Utah Jazz recently with the issues with Russell Westbrook. Okay. Now, I don't know if she was at the paper at that time. Like I said, she had been only working there somewhat recently. But if she was there for that, and then she gets the special edition, let's bring back the night rides. Let's bring back the cross burnings. Let's bring back our domestic terrorist groups so we can get rid of the politicians that we don't like in Washington, so we could support our president and make America great again, because we're all a bunch of maggots and maggots. I don't know what's wrong with this woman, So I don't know if she just simply wanted the promotion or she wanted the money. Maybe she thought she was going to make some real change. Maybe she was naive. But like I say, she's a fairly solid age Gen Xer. Okay, she should know better. She should have known who she was dealing with. She should have known that she was being used as a pawn and as a shield to give this paper cover and to give him cover so they can make the story blow over. So don't let yourself be used by these people. Younger individuals, don't let yourselves be used. You females out there, whether if it's the feminism thing that they try to get you with or something else, don't let them use you. And even for the males, older individuals, younger individuals, don't let yourself be a pawn and a tool and a shield for whiteism and for their domestic hate terrorism. Okay, so we knew what the situation is. We knew who this individual is and what he's all about. He showed it to us, and now it's just even more evident